Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The playoffs have come upon us, and I'm so excited. This is gonna be one of those times where you just have to watch every game so that you can gain a full context of where your team is and where your team is headed. And I'm pretty excited of this playoffs. And let's start off with the Miami Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The business and took over control of game one, and they won that game 109 to 107. I mean, this game was pretty good. I mean, in the first quarter, Miami Heat led by 2 points to 24 and 22 and for the first quarter. In the second quarter, Miami Heat went down to the Milwaukee Bucks 26, Milwaukee 31. In the third quarter, we have Miami Heat 28 and Milwaukee 27. Yeah, quarter, Miami Heat 21, Milwaukee 19. Milwaukee just made sure to handle their business with Chris Middleton at the helm. So let's just let's just go through the matchup summary. Chris Middleton led the Bucks in scoring with 27 points, but he also added 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, while Kumpo, the two-time MVP, ended with 36 points, 18 rebounds, but he also added 3 assists and 3 steals. Brook Lopez posted 18 points and 8 rebounds, and Bobby Portis, who they picked up earlier, produced 8 points coming off the bench. Goran Dragic led the Heat in scoring despite coming off the bench. 25 points, while Duncan Robinson, the M55, contributed 24 points while shooting 7 of 13 from the three-point range. Jimmy Butler came close with a triple-double, and he ended with 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. He was 2 assists shy from a triple-double, while Bam Adebayo had 9 points, pulling 12 boards. Tyler Hero scored 10 points. So, yeah, yeah, that was it. And the Milwaukee Bucks just overcame the demons that they had in the last postseason because the Milwaukee Bucks were the 1 seed and the Miami Heat took them down while they were a 5th seed. So definitely, it's a good win, a good momentum to swing the series to their favor. So yeah, I mean, pretty close game. The officials for the game were David Guthrie, Sean Wright, and Tyler Ford. I mean, this game was just pretty right off because the off-season changes that they made, and I'm pretty confident in what they're doing. It is such a great thing to see the Bucks back at it again. They have to make finals or bust. I mean, it's championship for bust for the Milwaukee Bucks. I really wouldn't want them to fall down again. And yeah, I mean, that's a good team. I just really like that team so much, and I don't want to see them fall. They're a pretty good team, and much success to them. Giannis Antetokounmpo, two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, has to lead this Bucks team to the finals. And yeah, man, let's move on to the next game that they played us. It's between the Dallas Mavericks versus the Los Angeles Clippers, and this is a weird one because in last year's playoffs, they also matched up in the first round, but the Clippers beat them in 6. And yeah, I mean, Mavericks this season are on a season of redemption because they took control of game one and they won game one, 113 to 103. And yeah, in the first quarter, as you know the drill, the Dallas Mavericks led by 3 points. Dallas 33, LA Clippers 30. In the second quarter, we got the Dallas Mavericks leading again points with 20. I mean, it's a really close game. In the third quarter, we got the Dallas Mavericks leading again, but this time it's only 1 point. They are 26 to the LA Clippers 25. In the fourth quarter, they just took control of it, 27 points to LA Clippers 23. So you can see the Dallas Mavericks led in points in all four quarters, so they won the whole game. So they just had to do that because it wouldn't go so well, because if they didn't, they would have lost the game. So just check out the matchup summary. The Mavs led by 6 points heading into the fourth and closed the contest on an 18-5 run to secure the road win and take a one-series lead. Luka Doncic led the Mavs with 21 points on 11 of 24 shooting, 11 assists, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal, completely taking over the game in his own unorthodox way. Tim Hardaway Jr. followed up with 21 points on 8 of 13 shooting. Dorian Finney-Smith totaled 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal, while Kristaps Porzingis, the Latvian, added 14 points, 4 rebounds, and a block. He's the unicorn. You better know that the Mavs shot 50% from the field, including 17 or 13 from long range. I mean, these guys were just pretty hot. I mean, meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard led the Clippers with 26 points on 9 of 22 shooting, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. Paul George followed up with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal, while Nicholas Batum and Rajon Rondo chipped in 11 points each. So you can see off the bat six games by the Clippers, but they're more determined this season to handle the business, man. I mean, their game attendance was 6,117 in the arena. Yeah, because of the COVID restrictions, you can't get many fans inside the buildings. The game officials were Zach Zarba, Bran Forte, Trey Maddox, and Jamilius Petraitis. So, I mean, I just expected this because the Clippers, as we all know, they're not the Clippers that they were hyped up to be when they formed that super team with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in 2019. Because they lost Montrezl Harrell, they lost Low Williams, and they made a lot of changes in their roster. So we can't expect them to be the same. So yeah, I mean, look, the Clippers. I don't have any expectations for them because I know if they meet the Lakers are gonna dispatch them in quick fashion. So no much expectations for the Clippers. But now let's get to the good teams though. The good old East matchup between the Celtics and the Nets. Okay, you already know I picked the Nets to win this series. And this is just a warm-up series for the Nets because the Celtics are down bad this season and I don't see them making any significant noise because of their matchup. They're gonna match up against the big three Nets with Kyrie, KD, and Harden, and I don't see them even making past even at I don't see them making even winning at least even a game. So the Nets beat them 104 to 93. Quarter, the Boston Celtics are okay. They won the first quarter 21 points to 16 points for the Brooklyn Nets. Second quarter, Boston Celtics won that quarter with 1 point, 32, and the Brooklyn Nets 31 points. The third quarter, we got the Boston Celtics 20 and Brooklyn Nets beating them with 11 points. So that's 31 points in the third quarter for the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets won the fourth quarter with 26 points to the Boston Celtics 20. So that game ended 104 to the Nets and Boston 93. So that means the Nets are now no summary to get a context of what happened or what's going on. The Celtics had a 53-47 halftime lead after a sluggish first half by the Nets, but Brooklyn outscored Boston 57-40 in the second half of the win. The hosts held the Celtics to 36.9% shooting and won the battle of the boards 50-40. I mean, they protected their paint. Jason Tatum's 22 points was partly 17 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kemba Walker delivered 15 points. Robert Williams' line included 11 points, 9 boards, and 8 assists. blocks. I mean, pretty dominant, man. In his own unorthodox way. Evan Fournier supplied 10 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, and a steal. Kevin Durant's 32 points, 12 rebounds, double paced the Nets up. Kyrie Irving's contribution, 29 points and 6 boards. James Harden also contributed with 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, 4 steals, and a block. Joe Harris poured in 10 points. I mean, these guys, the Nets just flat out dominated in the third and fourth quarter, and they got them over, and they're able to beat the Celtics. Great game to watch. Great game to watch. I actually recommend guys to go and watch that game because you'll see the Slim Reaper is back. Kyrie Irving is back. James Harden is back to his original form, and you never know. These guys can potentially make it to the finals because I picked them to meet the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not sure it's gonna go 7 games, but yeah, you never know. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen. Yeah, and the final matchup is between the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Denver Nuggets. And I love the Blazers. Dame Dollar, and my pick for the guy who I really start a franchise with. I'd rather start with Damian Lillard because it's pretty good. And you already know they matched up with the Nuggets. My pick for the MVP this season is Nikola Jokic, and it hasn't changed because Nikola Jokic is just an all-around great player. I mean, big man, playmaking big, offense is just 100% deadly. Let's go to the scoring rate for all the quarters. So in the first quarter, we got Portland scoring 35 points to Denver's 30. So Portland won the first quarter. The second quarter, we got Denver taking the lead, 31 points in the second quarter to Portland's 23. In the third quarter, you can see the Portland Trailblazers rallied a comeback, 38 points in that quarter to Denver's 25. And yeah, Portland won the fourth quarter 27 to Denver's 23. And the total points for all the quarters for the whole game, Portland 123, Denver Nuggets 109. So, I mean, this game was pretty good, pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't take anything back from that. So the whole attendance for that game was 7,732. The officials were Tom Washington, Mark Davis, Curtis Blair, and Kevin Scott. I mean, this team was pretty good. I like this team. I mean, the game scoring leaders for in points they were tied between Damian Lillard. He scored 34 points. Nikola Jokic 34 points. Yusuf Nurkic grabbed 12 boards. He led the Blazers in rebounds. Nikola Jokic 16 rebounds in that game. I mean, Nikola Jokic was doing everything on the court. You're scoring and also leading in rebounds. Damian Lillard led the assists in the 13 assists, and Fandos Campazzo for the Nuggets, 5 assists. Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. came in, led with 2 blocks to Robert Covington, 1 block. And yeah, I mean, Portland Trailblazers scored 47% from the field. And from the three, they scored 47.5% from the three. I mean, they're pretty good. They're Portland Trailblazers so that they can win this game and get over the hump. They made their free throws 95% of the time, and they shared their rock pretty well. 29 assists to 22 assists for the Nuggets. Total rebounds, okay, the rebounds department, the Denver Nuggets led that. 48 rebounds to 39 rebounds. Offensive boards, you got the offensive boards, man. I mean, the Nuggets had 11 offensive boards, and also the Blazers had 10 defensive rebounds. In that stat, the Denver Nuggets came in to dominate, and they had 37 defensive rebounds to 29 defensive rebounds for the Portland Trailblazers. I mean, this game was pretty good, pretty good. I mean, I can't just wait. I feel the Nuggets are gonna tie up the series in game 2, so fingers crossed. Hey man, I love this game. I love this playoffs, and just looking forward to the next game. Two of my team is gonna play the Lakers. The Lakers gonna match up against the Suns, and I picked the Lakers to win that game. Yeah, man, that's the brief on the playoff action that happened, and be dropping more of these streams as we move forward. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on notification posts so that you never miss any of my new way of relaying information through streams. So yeah, man, do all that great stuff and stay tuned and peace.